Hi there. Thank you so much for tuning in to our Summer 2021 Demo Day. This is our 21st batch, and we are so excited for you to meet all the founders who will be presenting today. We have a diverse group of businesses, ranging from fintech to prop tech to health tech and many, many more. But before we get started, I'd love to turn it over to our co-founder and managing partner, John.
Thank you, Sharon. Good morning. Welcome to ERA Demo Day number 21. Yes, Demo Day is old enough to go drink an adult beverage, and some of you have been here for every single one of these. Welcome to everyone joining us both locally and from around the world. It's another incredibly exciting group of companies you're going to meet today, and we know that each and every one of you is going to find at least one business that we think you're going to be excited about writing a check into. No promise we're going to keep this introduction short. You're here to see them, not us. But just a couple quick things about the cohort. It really has been a privilege to work with these founders for the last 4 months. And we've been lucky as the pandemic ebbs a bit, we've been able to actually work with some of them in person. These companies really are building for the world as we have found it today, and in many ways transformed by the pandemic we've been through. Whether it be for selling to businesses, consumers, ways of communication, industries like healthcare, financial services, even gaming. So many ways that people interact have changed, and these companies are building products to be able to take a leadership position to these industries that exist. I think you'll see that ranging from these healthcare companies, you're going to see that use things like telemedicine, they use things like data science, to gaming companies that let people collaborate in new ways, to financial services that let people save in new ways, to, you get the picture, there's going to be something exciting for virtually every one of you today. But before I turn it over to Murat and let him tell you a little bit more about what we've seen this year, I did want to make a couple comments about our existing portfolio. So many of you ask us, what happened to this company I saw last year or 5 years ago or 8 years ago, and where did they go? This year, we're excited to be able to say we've had some very exciting developments across the portfolio. We've had 5 companies announce acquisitions so far this year of acquisitions of that company. Triplift, Catapult, Molo, Kalent, Scouting, all exited this year. Congratulations to all the founders. We couldn't be more proud. It's been a privilege to work with you building the companies, and we're very excited to see what's next. In addition, we've had 11 companies in the portfolio, currently in the portfolio, raise rounds of more than $20 million this year as they begin to establish themselves as leaders in their segment of the industry. Only a few of these have been announced so far. 30 Madison, Nile, Glia, Intensi, and 7 more we can't talk about yet. We'll watch the news in the near future. But just to give you some idea of the breadth that's happening, excitement around the portfolio, we've never seen as much activity as we see right now, thanks to many of you that are here today. So who's next? What's the next big thing? Well, you'll have to watch the next 14 to be able to figure it out. But we're sure that one, probably more of them today, are on their way to becoming the next unicorns. Thank you again. Murat?
Thank you, John. 2020 was a record year for startups raising venture capital. $156 billion was raised by startups in all of 2020. But this year, in 2021, in just the first 6 months, the same amount of capital was raised in just 6 months versus the whole year in 2020. So we are seeing record amounts of venture capital being raised by ERA portfolio companies as well, as John mentioned. And today, we are super excited for you to see our 14 amazing companies that went through our summer program. Please see their pitches and book meetings with them and learn more about them. Thank you again for joining us today. We are very excited, and I'm passing it to Marissa. Thank you.
A big thank you to our lead mentors, alumni mentors, venture partners, and pitch coaches. This hybrid program would not have been the same without your ongoing support and mentoring efforts. And a special thanks to all of our sponsors, including Witham, who's sponsoring this demo day. And now I'm going to pass it over to our lead mentor, who will introduce the first company.
Hi, my name's Adam Pulisic. I'm the lead mentor for Nile, a real estate transaction platform that is already transforming the way that residential real estate gets bought and sold. After all, more than 7 million people bought houses in 2020, and about half of US homeowners today are going to buy a new house over the next 10 years. Now, this process is antiquated, so Nile has introduced automation at every step, AI-assisted bidding, and closes so fast we're down to hours, not even days or weeks. But don't trust me. Let's turn it over to Khalid, the CEO of Nile, who spent more than 20 years in the real estate industry before building what you're going to see today. Over to you, Khalid.
Hi, I'm Khalid. I'm the founder and CEO of Nile. I've been obsessed with real estate since I was 7. I got my real estate license right out of high school, became the youngest broker of record in California at age 20, and I've sold $500 million in real estate. I've spent years in the residential industry, and the process is so bad that after death and divorce, buying and selling a home is rated the most stressful event in your life. Why? Residential real estate is stuck in the 80s. It's a confusing, archaic process that involves 500 pages of paper, literal paper, that bounce back and forth between buyers, sellers, agents, escrow managers, title officers, attorneys, and the assistants to assistants. Enter Nile, a software platform that transforms the real estate transaction. From a tedious 5-week process to as little as 3 days. We increase showings and get 11% more offers per home. We reduce human error by 90%. And homes sold using our software sell for 4% higher. We've already sold $15 million of homes in our California beta. We received a 90% referral rate, huge for an industry that runs on relationships. Here's how it works. First, we collect hundreds of data points through our 20-minute seller onboarding process. The system then automates 500 pages of brokerage, escrow, tax, and title documents. Next, our deal score algorithm compares each bid on multiple deal points and identifies the best offers. Then, agents can issue counteroffers to all qualified buyers simultaneously in minutes, triggering an online bidding war that drives up prices. That's why the average Nile house sells for tens of thousands of dollars more. Finally, Nile streamlines the closing process from start to finish, and you can track the status of your deal just like a UPS package. Nile is unlike anything on the market. Right now, there are 2 main ways to sell real estate. You can get market price if you sell through an agent, but it takes forever. Or you can sell instantly online, but you get a lot less money for your home. So you have to choose between price or speed. Nile fills a massive gap in the market. We help agents get the highest price for your home fast using technology. In phase 1, we're starting with the fastest track to the market, which is residential agents. We charge a flat fee starting at $1,500 per transaction. That's $21,000 per agent per year at 90% gross margins. We see a clear path to 100 agents and $2 million in revenue in the first year. For every transaction, many agents interact with our software, and that creates a flywheel of inbound leads. Lead generation is quite literally built into the model, and that's why we're confident we can scale quick. Phase 2 is a white label solution for the 150,000 brokerages and housing developers that account for 6 million transactions each year. I am the right person to lead this company because I've been on all sides of this transaction. I've been a listing agent, a buying agent, a broker, and a home buyer myself. Nile is based on my years of experience in real estate. Our co-founder, Tim, founded Strike Social, a software company that optimizes media performance for the world's largest companies, including Coca-Cola, Nike, Netflix, and Microsoft. Nile is transforming the way people buy and sell homes in America. We are well on our way. We hope you'll join us. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Justin, lead mentor for SquadOV. As an investor, one of the things I like best about this company is it's addressing a huge market. At nearly $200 billion, gaming is larger than all other media categories combined and is surprisingly more popular than sports and music. Tackling this market, here's Michael from SquadOV.
Hi, my name is Mike Bao, CEO and co-founder of SquadOV. I have a PhD in computer science from Stanford, worked on Oscar-nominated visual effects, and released a game that sold more than 2 million copies on the PC. But most importantly, I am a gamer, and I created SquadOV for people like me. We're a platform that automatically combines recorded video with game data, allowing gamers to effectively review, analyze, and improve as a team, as a squad. And after launching in February, SquadOV has grown organically to over 20,000 registered users and over 3,000 monthly active users. There's just a few of the 200 million PC gamers primarily motivated by competition, just like me. Because of us, tournaments where the best in the world compete pack stadiums and are watched by tens of millions of people online. And all these gamers spend $20 billion every year, not just on the games, but on products and services to get a competitive edge. And just like professionals or any athlete in traditional sports, they know that reviewing videos of their own games is necessary for improvement. Unfortunately for gamers, video review today is insanely inefficient and time-consuming. My co-founder and I are both avid gamers in the top 1% of many of the games we play, so we feel this pain. We tried to use Twitch and YouTube to review our games, but that never worked. First, you have to set up a confusing screen recorder and actually remember to start recording. After you're done playing, it's a huge pain trying to find that right 10 seconds to review in a 4-hour-long video. It's a needle in a haystack. Then you have to do the same process for all your friends' perspectives, over and over. I know that not all of you are gamers, but this is a huge pain for you and your team. With SquadOV, all you have to do is install, and we automatically start and stop recording all in the background, no assembly required. While you're playing, SquadOV automatically indexes key moments in the video, so finding that right 10 seconds to review can be done with a single click. After you're done playing, SquadOV synchronizes your entire team's viewpoints and organizes them all in one place, allowing you to improve together. SquadOV is democratizing video review for every gamer and every squad. And even we were amazed by how much gamers have been improving using SquadOV. Meet two of them. Patchwork Squad plays World of Warcraft. They went from being middle ranked to being in the top 350 in the world. That's huge. And Wolf Cola? He went from being in the top 50% of players in Europe to the top 2%. Our 20,000 other registered users are also hooked. In fact, they are recording 100,000 videos every week. And since SquadOV is all about improving together, it's inherently viral. Once one gamer starts using it, their squad starts using it, their opponents start using it, and that's how we become the standard for video review. And our users are constantly telling us they want to pay for premium services like advanced analytics, automatic insights, and customizable visualizations. We're just getting started. So if you're interested in tapping into this $20 billion market and changing the way gamers play games, then we would love to talk to you more about SquadOV. Thank you for your time.
Hi, I'm Catalina. I'm a venture partner at TRA, and I'm a runner. I've had many injuries running, and that always meant physiotherapy. Physiotherapy is a sector that has been fairly untouched so far by technology. And that's why I'm extremely excited to introduce you to Louis, CEO and co-founder of Netic Health, who will change this for good.
Netic is a digital physical therapy platform. We use telemedicine and automated care to provide more effective, more convenient, and less costly physical therapy to injured active Americans. We built Netic for people like Alex. Alex is a dedicated runner training for his first marathon with his friends, but 2 months before the race, he injures his knee. He tries to get physical therapy, but it takes a month to get an appointment, and his PT isn't experienced treating runners. So Alex gets some basic exercises and is told to come back for sessions twice a week. Alex doesn't have the time or the money for that, so he drops out of the race. Alex isn't alone. 80 million active Americans are injured every year. Golfers with back problems, tennis players with bad hips, CrossFitters with shoulder pain. Providing quality and convenient care to this market is a $70 billion opportunity if it's done correctly, which is why we're not just another telemedicine platform. We're fundamentally changing the way that active Americans, like Alex, heal. First, we match Alex with a physical therapist who's an expert in treating runners. They have an initial online session where the PT diagnoses his problem and provides a list of exercises and stretches that are personalized to Alex that he can do from home. With our tech, this will be a 15-minute appointment. Next, the PT supervises Alex over our platform, looking at his pain levels, his activity, and his exercise performance to optimize his care. In contrast to in-clinic physical therapy, we can provide initial appointments within days. And we can provide quality care 3 times faster. We use new reimbursement codes, so we can offer physical therapy for 1/3 the price of typical PT. We're also prototyping a new feature where Alex records himself running. We can find out the problems in Alex's stride, first using angle measurement, but eventually with a model trained on Netic's treatment data. We provide feedback in real time and then send the results to the PT, who could recommend new exercises and drills. Now, Netic wins with Alex, but Netic wins with his PT too, because his physical therapist can treat more patients with higher quality in less time. And Alex's Netic journey doesn't end here. His PT continues to give him advice over our platform, so this injury doesn't become chronic. Netic's PT is in market. We've treated 50 patients with 8 physical therapists. You're probably wondering how Netic matches up to classic in-person physical therapy. In-clinic PT has a patient improvement rate of 30%, but Netic's patients report an 80% improvement rate. How is that possible? Because for most athletic injuries, it's much more important for patients to get care quickly and to stay engaged, rather than get small bursts of manual therapy. And because Netic is cheaper, can be done anywhere on demand, it has much higher rates of adherence. This is the perfect time for Netic. Because of COVID, insurance companies have created new reimbursement codes for asynchronous and telemedicine physical therapy. This means that Netic's PT is reimbursable. We're already building these codes. We're in network with major insurance companies in California, and we have a deal with a group of employers to provide care in 3 other states. Our beachhead is injured runners. They're easy to reach because they self-identify in running apps, they follow the same influencers, and they gather together to build community. After runners, we'll expand to all athletic Americans, and eventually we'll treat anyone who has an injury that's tied to activity. We're the right team to get this done. I'm the CEO, Berkeley MBA, second-time founder. Matthias is a medical doctor who's done extensive work creating AI tools for stroke rehabilitation. And Val is a former Apple engineer who's created over 250 apps. Millions of Americans are caught in a vicious cycle of injury, recovery, and performance. Netic will break this cycle, which is why we'll be an essential part of the lives of active athletic Americans.
My name is Art Micklin, and I'm the lead mentor for Weather.ai. You have all probably noticed that in the past few years, once-in-a-100-year storms suddenly seem to appear like clockwork. Being able to react to extreme weather events most effectively is crucial for businesses and communities. Here to tell you more about real-time weather analytics is Vijay, CEO of Weather.ai.
Hello, my name is Vijay, and I'm the CEO at Weather. We use machine learning to quantify the impacts of extreme weather in real time. Extreme climate is here, and we are not ready. Events like hurricanes and tornadoes now cost the US over $100 billion every year. 10 to 20% of these costs occur because businesses do not have the tools to react in real time. And this is the problem we solve. From the moment the storm hits, we quantify its business impacts and provide this information to decision makers faster and more accurately than any other product or service in the market. Look at Hurricane Ida. There was 24/7 coverage on when it would hit and where it would go. but till the very last minute, no one could anticipate what it would do. Even after the storm was over, it took almost a week to understand the amount and location of damages. Repair crews could not be deployed effectively, and the recovery process was painfully slow. Businesses lost hundreds of millions of dollars for every extra day the power was out, supply chains were crippled, offices were closed. Hurricane Ida was not an outlier. It was an indicator of what storms look like now, and we must become much better at reacting to them. Our first product is designed for electrical utilities. As the weather unfolds, we quantify in real time the amount and location of damages like broken poles, downed wires, etc., and also quantify the man-hours required to fix them. With this information, emergency managers can run what-if scenarios, intelligently allocate manpower, and immediately start repair activities. After a major storm, a utility can spend anywhere from $5 million to $50 million every single day on repair crews. Our solution can shave off multiple days from the restoration effort, saving millions of dollars for the utility and switching on the lights faster for their customers. And now we have some great news. We have just signed a contract to pilot our technology with Avangrid, a $6 billion power utility that serves over 3 million customers in the US. We are building a damage model for their distribution grid in New York, Connecticut, and Maine, and will operationalize it next year. This is just the first step of a much larger opportunity to completely change how businesses respond to extreme weather. Extreme events are complex. Their impacts are not just a function of the weather, but also of how it interacts with the infrastructure and its surrounding environment. There are literally hundreds of variables that interact and have an influence on how a particular event plays out. Our machine learning models capture this complexity by learning from large data sets stitched from diverse sources across many past events. We are able to extract the signal from the noise and get accuracy levels as high as 90%, even for the largest storms. And we're fast. We provide our estimates in minutes, not days, which makes us 100 times faster than our biggest competitors in this space, drones and satellites. And we do it all in software. Our product sits in the cloud and can be easily scaled and extended to new customers as they join. I'm a product development executive with over 2 decades experience connecting advanced technologies with business outcomes. Our CTO, Peter, is an expert in environmental and data science who was inspired to work on this problem for his PhD after he experienced firsthand the tsunami in Japan in 2011. Together, we bring a unique combination of business acumen, technical expertise, and a shared passion to make a difference. Extreme weather affects everyone. When a big storm hits, the power goes out, farms get destroyed, supply routes get crippled, and as these events pile up, they put huge pressure on insurance companies who underwrite all these sectors. All these industries have incentives to become better. Our plan is to progressively build solutions for all of them and grow our business. We are singularly focused on becoming the #1 source for real-time actionable intelligence during extreme weather events. Just imagine, next time a storm hits, if every governor, every utility, every business could anticipate its impacts in real time, get through it faster, with fewer resources wasted. If you share this vision of the future, we'd love to talk to you. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Ryan Nitz, venture partner at ERA and co-lead mentor for Very Real Help. Over the last 50 years, cognitive behavioral therapy, or CBT, has evolved from research to a highly accepted approach for efficiently correcting mental health issues. Very Real Help have developed innovative desktop, mobile, and VR applications to lower the barrier to access CBT. They have also scaled the delivery mechanism by training community members how to operate as coaches in online sessions. I'm pleased to introduce Noah Robinson, CEO and founder of Very Real Help.
Over 2.5 billion people play video games, but not all of them do it for entertainment. Nearly half of gamers suffer from depression or anxiety, and one of the reasons that they game is to escape their pain. At the age of 13, I became depressed, and I began to escape into a virtual world like World of Warcraft. I avoided reality, lied to my parents, faked being sick to miss school, and spent over 8,000 hours chasing hits of dopamine just to survive in the real world. But in the virtual world, things were completely different. I felt like myself for the very first time, enough to eventually come out of the closet. And this experience made me think, what if we could use technology to build something like World of Warcraft that was also as effective as therapy in treating anxiety and depression? That's why I founded Very Real Help, to build the mental health clinic of the metaverse. And I'm not just a gamer. I'm also a PhD candidate in clinical psychology at Vanderbilt University. I studied under the creator of cognitive behavioral therapy, or CBT. It's the world-leading modality for treating depression and anxiety. My research combines CBT with an online social gaming environment. And after several years of testing, I'm excited to say, it works. We're now commercializing my research through Very Real Help and our product, Help Club. Let me show you. This is me, Noah. I'm now an avatar. In Help Club, you can create an anonymous avatar and attend live groups led by our certified coaches. They teach tools from CBT that help people learn how to manage their depression and anxiety. It all takes place in relaxing 3D environments. The anonymity and shared experience of the virtual world makes it easier for people to open up. Now, how does this work? Our platform allows ordinary, empathetic people to become accredited coaches. The good news is that we've created the IP to allow our coaches to be much more effective and efficient than traditional therapists, at a fraction of the cost. You don't even need a VR headset to benefit from Help Club. Our app works in 2D mode on Mac and PC. And this week, we've officially launched to the public on iOS for iPhone and iPad. After 2 years of development, this is a reality. We just completed our closed alpha with 100 people. And the best part is, it worked. We measured success in 3 ways, and they all exceeded our expectations. First, over 90% of our users experienced clinically significant improvements in mood. Second, they reported that the quality of our groups in Help Club was 30% better than group therapy. And third, the average engagement time of over 2 hours per week blew away our forecasts. And the best part is, we did it all at a fraction of the cost of traditional therapy. How do we do this? Well, we have an amazing team who helped to build Help Club. Callum is an expert in back-end network engineering and has built the foundational technology used by millions of people. And Tanner has over 15 years of experience building web apps and virtual reality environments. They're backed by a team across engineering, community management, and marketing. So what's next? Now that we've completed our successful alpha, we've opened up Help Club, and we're already growing at 20% week over week. We're expanding access for consumers by creating a freemium model that allows for paid upgrades for additional services. And we're also in conversations with large clinical partners and gaming organizations. And today, I'm excited to announce an official partnership with the National Esports Professional Association. We've built the mental health clinic of the metaverse. It's effective and it's cost efficient. And if you're as excited as we are to reimagine the way that we can deliver mental health treatment, we would love to talk with you.
Hi, I'm Perry Solomon, mentor at ERA and co-lead mentor for Circled In. As the parent of 2 college students, I think back not too fondly at how challenging that whole process was. Loads of direct mail from schools we had never heard of coming in the mailbox, emails, and then kids struggling to figure out what was the right match for them and how they could stand out in an increasingly competitive crowd. So when I met Ritu and the team at Circled In, I could see how she was prepared to bring her dedication and focus and commitment to education to create a great company that would solve that problem. I'm pleased to introduce to you Ritu, founder of Circled In.
Hi, I'm Ritu. Let me tell you why my high school daughter and over 500,000 of her peers are loving Circled In and how 17 paying universities are seeing amazing results in recruiting their next freshman class. Few years ago, my daughter had a very painful and frustrating application experience. She struggled to show her diverse skills and interest beyond academics. For adults, it's easy to do with LinkedIn, not for her and other 78 million Gen Z students. Interestingly, I also found that recruiters at colleges, employers, and trade schools want more information to recruit the best fit candidates. Lacking that holistic view, they spread a wide net and waste billions of dollars in blind, mass, antiquated marketing to a very modern Gen Z. Seemed like a no-brainer to create an innovative platform, connect students and recruiters, and build a massive billion-dollar company. Welcome to CircledIn, Youth Recruitment 2.0, the only platform that connects students to their any and every next big opportunity, education or employment, and it uniquely brings the whole ecosystem together. On CircledIn, students create their profile in modern-day social media style. They compile all their activities, from academics and sports to volunteering and internship. For my daughter and her peers, CircledIn empowers them to share their authentic and holistic story for all applications with just a button click. Over 500,000 students felt the same pain as my daughter. And this week, we set a new record, over 3,000 new student signups in a day. For recruiters, CircledIn is a breath of fresh air. They get to learn more about their target candidates and make their recruitment more effective and cost efficient. We are attracting students at the beginning of their high school years, at a pivotal and fascinating stage of their life, when education and employment start overlapping. We started with college recruitment as our first beachhead and already have 17 paying universities. With our data-driven recruitment engine, it reduces the recruitment cost for colleges. And with a good fit, students stay in college, graduate on time, find a job, pay off student debt, and become a contributing member of society. Our initial customers are reporting amazing results. 17 times more students enrolled through CircledIn, reported by one university, and they just renewed their contract for third year in a row, making our overall year-over-year renewal to be at 95%. But we are more proud of our next achievement. Another university reported 70% students from CircledIn being unique and not found on any other one-off platform. We are humbled that CircledIn not only uncovering the hidden talent, closing the opportunity gap, but also helping recruiters meet their equity and diversity goals. Adam, low-income, scattered 11th grader in South Seattle area. Within 4 weeks of putting his profile together, he not only got an internship, but also boosted his confidence. And that's the power of CircledIn. By bringing the whole ecosystem together, CircledIn helps students thrive on their journey of learning and earning. After successfully engaging students and placing them in colleges, now we are bringing employment opportunities to them while helping employers with fresh grad recruitment. And this is the team that's making it happen. I helped my teacher mom start and run an elementary school in my childhood. After getting education, I spent 16 years in technology field, being part of AT&T Wireless team that took the company to IPO, and I've also managed $500 million product line in a Fortune 50 company. And I'm excited that just this week, I was inducted in Forbes' Next 1000 Entrepreneur list. Our CTO Prashant, in a lead software architect role, has designed products for cloud and data companies for over 20 years and has many patents in his name. And this is our third startup together. Additionally, we have built a stellar advisory board that has provided impressive support to us. As for my daughter, this month she started her dream school, thanks to CircledIn. We are working towards a day when every student, not just my daughter, but every single one of 2 billion worldwide students, get matched with their next best opportunity, education or employment. Every talent gets discovered, supported by their whole ecosystem. Join us and let's create the world we all crave. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Chris O'Brien, lead mentor for Andiamo. Cerebral palsy is a lifelong condition that affects hundreds of thousands of children in the US and around the world. The team at Andiamo has developed a new deep tech approach to the treatment and ongoing digital management of CP that will revolutionize health outcomes and create new revenue streams for providers. Please join me in welcoming Naveed, co-founder and CEO of Andiamo, to tell you all about it. Thank you.
Every 2 minutes, a child is born with cerebral palsy. Cerebral palsy, or CP for short, is brain damage at birth, and it's a lifelong condition. CP has a wide range of symptoms, including paralysis. Globally, there are around 30 million families living with CP, and 1.2 million of those are in the US. There are many kinds of treatment for CP, and these cost on average $44,000 per family per year in the US. My wife and I deeply understand this. In 2003, our son Andiamo was born with CP. During Diamo's life, there was one treatment that connected all of the other treatments together, and that was his handmade bracing. Bracing helped with everything from standing to eating and even breathing. But they could take months to make. They never fit. They were heavy, and he hated them. This is because traditional braces use a manual, inaccurate measuring and manufacturing process that hasn't changed in over 60 years. We founded Andiamo to fix the problems we experienced every day. Andiamo combines AI and personalized bracing treatments to improve the outcomes of these children and their families. Andiamo's AI is already 4 times more productive than traditional processes, and we're on course to being 80 times more productive. Our 3D simulation is used to optimize the design and safety of every single personalized brace, and the 3D printing that enables high margin and highly scalable delivery. All of this is combined into our proprietary end-to-end platform. This means our braces are 60% lighter, they fit perfectly, and can reduce surgery by 20%, and kids love them. Reimbursement for CP is $53 billion a year in the US. We're starting with the $3.6 billion bracing opportunity. We've tested and proven our platform in multiple hospitals across Europe and the Middle East, delivering 600 braces. We sell directly to specialist clinicians, driven by professional networks and social media. This is a high margin B2B model. Clinicians love the low capex, low risk entry point into increased revenues, amazing outcomes, and happier families. In year 1, we project $750 in monthly revenue per clinician, increasing to $13,000 per month in subsequent years. Andiamo is FDA compliant and reimbursement code ready. We've got strong early traction. Since June, 500 clinicians and 20 hospitals have already engaged us to prescribe Andiamo. We're now raising our seed round to onboard the first 5 US clinics to build a repeatable onboarding process. We're an exceptional team. I'm a serial entrepreneur and I've built major digital health services. Sam, she's our family experience expert and advisor on disability. Hugh, he's got 20 years in this market as the global CEO, building operations and sales teams. And Lee has delivered multiple big tech projects. We will be the world-leading CP company. Families, clinicians, providers, and payers are demanding a better experience. Andiamo bracing makes that possible. We are building towards a fully virtual provider for CP, combining our unique data with our remote treatment monitoring. Andiamo's already building that future. We're not just reimagining how cerebral palsy is treated. We're reimagining what it means to have cerebral palsy for kids like Mimi. Join us in changing the lives of millions of families. We'd love to talk to you.
It is a rare delight in early stage investing to come across such a balanced team. In Neil, Brian, Nilan, and Eric, we have a brilliant communicator, a deep thinker, a diligent operator, and a code wizard. On top of that, they know how to function as a high-performing team. I do not bet on sports, but this is the one team that I would definitely bet on. It is my great pleasure to introduce Frontrunner.
Hi, I'm Neil, co-founder and CEO of Frontrunner, the stock market for sports. I'm a lifelong sports fan and have been playing fantasy sports and sports betting for over a decade. The story of Frontrunner starts 2 years ago, when I placed a bet on the San Francisco 49ers to win the Super Bowl before the season started. I thought they were undervalued, and as it turned out, I was right. They actually made the Super Bowl that year. But I noticed that despite being 95% right on my original bet, there was still a good chance I'd be left with nothing. And that got me thinking. Sportsbooks make it almost impossible for fans to succeed. Sportsbooks control what you can bet on, when you can bet on it, what odds you get, and even how much you're allowed to bet. With that level of control, it's no wonder that the house always wins. As someone who got into retail trading through apps like Robinhood, I asked myself, why isn't there a free market for sports betting? And that's why we're building Frontrunner. Frontrunner is a peer-to-peer sports betting platform where users can place bets and then trade them like they would stocks. Unlike traditional sportsbooks where users bet against the book and wait, Frontrunner gives users full control over their portfolios, allowing them to buy and sell positions as the odds change. By modeling Frontrunner after modern stock trading apps, we bring transparency, liquidity, and efficiency to the world of sports betting. While not all sports fans understand betting lines like plus 250 and minus 300, everyone understands what it means for a stock price to go from 30 cents to 70 cents. By transforming complicated betting odds into simple stock prices, Frontrunner makes sports betting more accessible than ever. Let's take a look at how it works. Frontrunner is designed to look and feel like a modern stock trading app. Start by exploring the markets to find the ones that matter most to you. Placing a bet is as easy as buying shares of your favorite players and teams. From there, buy low, sell high, and trade positions to maximize your portfolio value. When it comes to our business model, we take a small commission on profitable trades. And we also offer a premium subscription service, giving our users access to advanced analytics and additional data. We also believe that there's a large opportunity long-term in monetizing the data generated by our markets. Early engagement metrics from our beta tests have been extremely promising. The average session length on Frontrunner is 15 minutes, 50% longer than that of FanDuel. We've also received a lot of positive feedback from our early users. Users like Jess speak just to how sticky the stock market format is, while users like Murray are using Frontrunner to reignite their fandom. We all know that sports fans are always looking for new and better ways to engage with their favorite players, teams, and leagues. Frontrunner's markets are always live, transforming static bets into dynamic, tradable positions, changing the way that users invest in their sports knowledge and beliefs. We're also very happy to announce today that we've already raised over $1 million thus far, and are looking for investors to join our seed round. In the 3 years since sports betting was legalized federally, 22 states have already legalized sports betting, and another 8 are projected to legalize by the end of the year. The American sports betting market is projected to reach $40 billion in the next 10 years, and this, combined with the huge rise in retail investing, makes now the perfect time for Frontrunner. Our team is a group of friends that met at the engineering school of the University of Pennsylvania almost a decade ago. We've been arguing about sports, playing fantasy together, and betting against each other for as long as we can remember. Our technical experience ranges from small startups like Buzzer and Rad to large-scale financial institutions like Two Sigma and Bloomberg, and we are here to build the next generation of sports engagement. If you believe in the power of free markets and want to change the way that sports fans invest in their knowledge and beliefs, we'd love to have you aboard here at Frontrunner. Thank you.
My name is Mike Cerrone, lead mentor for Medcomply. Medcomply simplifies compliance for healthcare and life science companies. After working with Chris, it's clear he really understands the customer's pain. His experience is unique, with 20 years in the industry and having served as chief compliance officer at multiple large healthcare companies. In a short period of time, Medcomply has generated over $400,000 in recurring revenue and are trusted by dozens of clients worldwide. Please join me in welcoming Chris from Medcomply.
Hi, my name is Christopher Gingras, and I am the founder of Medcomply. Medcomply simplifies legal compliance for medical device, pharmaceutical, and biotechnology companies. We have over $400,000 in recurring revenue from 30 leading life science companies. Pending contracts will push us over $500,000 in the next few months. These leading life science companies chose Medcomply because our comprehensive, cost-effective product solves their most critical compliance challenges. Having worked as a chief compliance officer at global healthcare companies for over 20 years, I myself struggle with the problem of keeping track of the thousands of global regulations that we needed to be in compliance with. GDPR, Sarbanes-Oxley, and drug price transparency are just some examples of the global regulations that life science companies need to follow. And the regulatory environment is only increasing in complexity as the life science industry explodes. This problem is particularly acute for small to mid-market companies that have the same compliance requirements as Pfizer and Stryker, but with a fraction of the resources. Compliance is an almost impossible task, and this is why I started Medcomply. Our SaaS solution proactively identifies risks based upon our customer profile and provides a comprehensive software platform to seamlessly manage these global legal requirements. To eliminate manual processes and improve compliance, we have built powerful partnerships with SAP Concur, Salesforce, Viva, and Moody's to supercharge the application. Similar to filing your taxes, pretty good or mostly accurate is just not going to work. You can complete 99 out of 100 compliance tasks correctly, but if you miss one box or deadline, the company is at risk. Non-compliance is not an option. Life science companies pay billions of dollars in fines every year and are subject to hundreds of government investigations. Our solution allows our customers to treat compliance the way it should be, as a business enabler. As an example, one of our clients uses Medcomply to engage with healthcare professionals globally, allowing them to bring their innovative products to market faster. Tasks such as medical license verification, contract execution, creating invoices, and submitting government reports are all done at the click of a button, saving time and improving controls. Third-party due diligence, educational event management, and grants and clinical studies are other examples of the complex processes we are simplifying for our clients. Let me tell you more about the other companies we work with. Over 50 life science companies trust Medcomply to help them proactively anticipate risk, go to market faster, and become compliance superheroes. These customers range from global, multi-billion-dollar medical device companies to innovative early-stage pharmaceutical manufacturers. Our business model is to charge an annual subscription with one-time implementation and customization fees, plus a charge for add-on services. Medcomply is a global opportunity and a game changer for the compliance industry. The massive, fast-growing governance risk and compliance software market is estimated at over $31 billion. As a beachhead, we are starting in life sciences and have identified over 5,000 target companies. The modularity and flexibility of our software platform allows us to easily expand into other industry verticals for future growth. I am super excited to announce a partnership with Ethics 360, an industry leader in reporting hotlines and case management. This will allow us to broaden our service offerings and creates an even more compelling value proposition for customers to select Medcomply. We have a great team. I have spent over 20 years in risk management. In addition to my career in healthcare, I had the opportunity to deploy in support of Operation Enduring Freedom and currently serve as a lieutenant commander in the United States Navy Reserve. Jeff has spent his entire career building enterprise software, and Tucker works hard at making compliance fun. Together, we are a very talented team that is well positioned to execute on our strategic growth objectives. If you are like me and excited about the opportunity to simplify compliance, please reach out to discuss how we can partner together. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Sachin, and it's my pleasure to introduce you to the amazing team at Identity. Now, something that I know that each of us can relate to is the fact that our digital lives are massively complicated, and it's only getting worse. We have too many accounts and passwords, Too many browser tabs, don't ask me how many I have open, too many things to do, and never enough time to do them. Well, Identity is building the operating system for your life. Their mission is to simplify the internet and make you more productive. And here's Jeremy, founder and CEO, to tell you more about it. Take it away, Jeremy.
My name is Jeremy Hurst, and this used to be my desktop. 4 browser windows, 30 tabs in each, and 10 other applications open in parallel. Now, I'm an incredibly organized person, offline, but I couldn't figure out why I was struggling so much online. So I started tracking my activity. In 1 week, I used 136 apps in my personal life. For work, I used another 50. I also toggled between apps 1,100 times. To put it simply, I was drowning in software. And it turns out, I'm not alone. There are 1 billion people in the world that spend 8 hours a day at a computer. And like me, they each use hundreds of apps. To date, there's been no viable alternative to this cluttered and chaotic reality. But now, there is. Identity is a digital information manager. We're calling it Life OS. Our software allows you to organize and access everything you do on the internet within a single application. Everything for work, everything for personal, and everything in between in one app. I'll show you how it works. When I open my browser, Identity is the default start page. All of my apps and websites are transformed into tiles, like apps on a smartphone. Everything is neatly categorized by the different parts of my life. Take work, for example. I often start the day with email. I might find a message from Zach, our CTO, asking for feedback about the product roadmap. I do a quick search, locate the doc, and share it via Slack. Now off to my next meeting. There was something subtle in what you just saw. I went from email to Google Docs to Slack to Calendar to Zoom. 5 different tools, all without switching apps or opening a second tab. That is the power of Identity. We develop robust API integrations that consolidate disparate app experiences together in one place. It allows users to get more done in less time and with fewer clicks. And to be clear, this is not just a vision. We have 60,000 users from all over the world, and 12,000 of them use the product every day. Better still, these active users manage at least 5 categories of applications within Identity. Work, school, finance, travel, shopping, entertainment. It truly is an operating system for their lives. Today, these are free users. In the future, we'll implement a freemium model to drive paid subscriptions. But this opportunity is a lot bigger than subscriptions. Each wave of technology has always required a new consumer interface. We got Windows and Mac OS on desktop, and we got Android and iOS on mobile. Identity is a new consumer interface for the web. We're building the interaction layer between users and the rapidly expanding number of cloud-based applications they're forced to use every day. It's a big vision, but we are the team to execute on it. I helped scale go-to-market at Datarama, leading to an $800 million acquisition by Salesforce. Our CTO, Zach Winters, previously co-founded a consumer software company that grew to hundreds of thousands of users. The world has been waiting for a solution like Identity. We've already helped 60,000 people go from this to this, and we're excited to help a lot more in the future. Thank you.
For years, despite all the marketing, I resisted the idea of getting an American Express card. But But then they got me when they offered me 100,000 points just for signing up. I started dreaming of an anniversary trip to Australia. I put everything on that card: new kitchen appliances, concert tickets, dinners out, just for the miles. But then COVID hit, and I'm not going to Australia anytime soon. Those miles are basically wasted. I could have been getting thousands of dollars in cash back if I'd just used another card. So if you've ever tried to game the reward system, you'll really like this next company. Please meet Amir Vardi, the CEO and founder of Lever.
You've probably seen this Capital One ad, what's in your wallet? Well, let me ask you, what is in your wallet? Let me introduce myself. I'm Amir Vardi, and like the average American, I have 5 credit cards in my wallet. And guess what? All these cards, they're pretty much the same. Similar credit limit, similar interest rate. The only thing that truly differentiates them are their reward structures. And 80% of Americans say that rewards are what motivate their credit card acquisitions and transactions. But when it comes to actually earning and spending those rewards, it's a mess. There are over 1.1 billion cards in circulation in the US right now, and credit card companies and banks are in an arms race to acquire and retain customers, which is why credit card rewards are always changing, with promotions, sign-on bonuses, brand partnerships, the list goes on and on. As a result, over $150 billion of rewards go unused every year. Isn't that just crazy? So you've got these cards, and now the moment of truth. You're about to make a transaction, and in a split second, you have to choose which card to use. Maybe you use whichever card is top of wallet. Or maybe you just let your autofill randomly select whichever card comes first. But here's the thing. In each one of those cards, I see a trip to Paris. I see the new iPhone. I even see a donation to my favorite charity. It's a complicated calculation, and it's almost impossible to do in your head. That's where Lever comes in. Lever is the smart wallet that organizes, optimizes, and maximizes your credit card rewards by automatically using the best card in your wallet for each transaction right at the point of sale. We operate on a unique behavioral insight. People don't aspire to points, they aspire to goals, like that trip to Paris. So when our users sign on to Lever, they first tell us what they care about and what they're working towards, and then we constantly steer them to the right cards that help them get there. Every time you pay for your morning bagel, your subscription to Netflix, or for a new refrigerator, Lever helps you get one step closer to your goals. Let me show you how it works. Just like Honey, our first iteration is at the point of sale through a Chrome extension. Simply sign up, add your cards to the platform, rank your reward goals, and go shopping. When you get to checkout, Lever will let you know which card to use and pre-populate the checkout page for you. No effort required. The technology is hard, but the experience is so easy and elegant. Think of Lever as simply a layer that sits between the consumer and the merchant at every point of sale, which is why Lever is so valuable to every stakeholder in the process. You've seen how consumers benefit, but merchants also benefit with increased customer conversion rates, increased cart sizes, and reduced friction. Of course, we're also collecting valuable data that credit cards can use to optimize their reward structures to gain new cardholders and increase usage. Our first product is at the point of sale online, but we're already working on functionality that will let Lever know when you're making an in-person transaction, at what store, and work our magic there too. I'm thrilled to announce that as of today, we're coming out of beta and we're officially available on the Chrome Web Store. So I would encourage you to go check out Lever for yourself. The magic is great. I'd love to speak with you about Lever's exciting future. Just give me a call when you get back from that free trip to Paris.
About 20 years ago, I rented some space in one of those professional office suites. It was like a law office, and it was soul-sucking. Then I was a tenant in one of the very first WearWorks. Nice decor, lovely cucumber water, but it was basically the same thing. Now, it's been a long time since anybody fundamentally rethought the way people work when they're not at home and not in the office. That's why I'm so excited to tell you about our next company. Please meet Mark, the founder and CEO of Flow.
Hey everyone, thanks for joining. My name is Mark, I'm the founder at Flow, and I want to do something crazy. Change the way people access the places around them. But before I tell you about Flow, let me take a minute to tell you a brief story about how access can change an industry. In 2000, a Harvard geochemist and an MIT business grad started a company that gave individuals access to a fleet of cars in exchange for an annual membership. And in 2009, another company was founded to give individuals access to a car, but this time on demand, without the membership, and without the company owning a single vehicle. Both of these companies were built upon a consumer value proposition that gave individuals access to a product or service in a more affordable, flexible, and convenient way. And believe it or not, this trend is repeating itself in the world's oldest and largest asset class, commercial real estate. Like Uber, Flow is an app that gives users on-demand access to the best nearby co-working spaces, gyms, spas, and similar location-based services. Our platform enables consumers to discover, access, and pay for the places they need when they want them, all in one frictionless experience. But why are we building this business now? Because in a world where we can work from anywhere, Flow wants to help people get in everywhere. Between 2016 and 2020, the number of job postings on Hacker News that mention remote work jumped from 20% to 35%. Since March 2020, 75% of all job postings on Hacker News mention remote work. Things may not stay this way forever, but they're not going back to the way they were before. And here's the important part. Remote work is forcing real estate to reposition. Office vacancies are at highs not seen since 2003, and building occupancy is still nowhere near pre-pandemic levels. Real estate experts believe that the solution lies in a concept known as space as a service, a change in the real estate model from asset ownership and long-term commitment to the monetization of access and services that include physical space. This is best represented by the co-working market. There were 4,000 co-working spaces in the US in 2017. We had double that by 2020. And JLL predicts that 30% of all office inventory will be flexible by 2030. We're at just 5% today. The combination of remote work policies and real estate's transformation to meet shifting consumer preferences has created the perfect storm. And that's why we're building Flow, to connect consumers with physical spaces in the new way we want to interact with them, on demand. I'm optimistic that the next 50 years will see an explosion of movement, collaboration, innovation, and growth like never before. And while Amazon may have pioneered Just Walk Out in their retail concepts, Flow is pioneering Just Walk In. So join us, and together we can build not only the future of work, but the future of living. Thank you for your time today. If you're ready to plan less, do more, and live life in the moment, sign up for early access at flowplaces.co.
We've all been there. You have a medical procedure scheduled for tomorrow, and today you have to remember to stop eating, to drink clear fluids, and if you're particularly unlucky, to chug several liters of a horrible shake. And if you forget to do these things, the procedure can't proceed as planned. Please meet Elnaz, founder of Medox. Medox has built an amazingly configurable system that lets medical providers assure that patients arrive on time and prepared for their procedures, and with appropriate reminders for any needed follow-up care, thus enhancing medical efficiencies and profits and improving patient outcomes.
Hi, my name is Elnaz. I'm CEO and co-founder of Medox company. Medox automates patient and provider communications from the time that patient is scheduled for surgery throughout the surgery process and post-discharge. Now, a short review on the problem that we are solving. When you go in for surgery, hospitals give you a pile of pamphlets of what you need to do before, during, and after surgery. This is literally a sample of patient instructions given to you before surgery. This is inefficient and is costing hospitals millions of dollars. Every year, there are 161 million surgeries performed in US, and it is estimated that above 11 million of cases are canceled because of poor patient preparation that cost more than $24 billion problem. We started our journey with colonoscopy since it's a high-volume procedure, and 12% of them are canceled because of poor patient preparation. For example, in an average-sized clinic, they do 1,500 colonoscopies every year. With 12% cancellation, and every time it happens is a $1,400 loss, so this clinic is losing more than $1 million just because of failure in the pre-op process. We are solving this problem. Medox integrates into the hospital's clinical workflow, or EMR, and interacts with patients through automated text message, navigates them at different steps of care, while provides real-time clinical data. So in practical sense, when patients are registered for surgery, they receive a series of precisely timed, bite-sized instructions directly to text message with a link to additional web application. Content of text messages are short videos, surveys, and reminders that help patients prepare and be on track for their surgery. And we continue this process for the post-op as well. For example, 2 days after surgery, you receive a text message. So basically, there is no app to download, just a text message with a link on it. And when you click on it, you see all the clinical questions such as, do you have fever, nausea, or vomiting? If the patient's response is yes, this data is circled back to the nurses and providers in real time so they can reach out to the patient and prevent readmission to the hospital. So we know that as we become more successful, our competitors will try to replicate our success. What differentiates us is that we personalize the content of text messages based on the hospital's current policies, workflow, patient instruction materials, and even marketing materials. So basically, this program becomes organic for the hospital. What our competitors are doing is that they have one-size-fits-all solution. They have fixed set of pathways for all the departments, for all their customers. We believe that the reason that our customers are more willing to adopt our solution is the fact that it becomes proprietary based on all the policies and workflow. So recently, we converted our trial with Fox Chase Cancer Center into a paying contract of $500,000. Also, we have a paid trial with Blue Cross Blue Shields of Michigan with a contract value of $50,000 for 6 months trial. Also, we have 15 private clinics using our service in the past 2 years. So we have happy customers and they have renewed their contract with us. Our trial results for prostatectomy procedure showed 96% patient engagement. We reduced late cancellation and no-show 64%. We reduced poor patient preparation 44%, and we have 9.6 out of 10 patient satisfaction. And as a result, we were able to recover around $700,000 annual loss. Our value proposition for hospitals is not only reducing late cancellation and no-shows, but at the same time reducing readmission, increasing compliance, increasing patient satisfaction, and collecting valid data from patients. Now about our team. Dr. Behzad Jazairi is a urologist at University of Florida. My background, I have a PhD in educational psychology. And our technical founder, Ali Alawi, holds a PhD in computer science. We know each other for more than 15 years, and this is the second startup that we are working together. So if you have any questions, you know where to find me. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Chantal Chung, and I'm a venture partner at ERA. I vividly remember my first visit to Times Square. Surrounded by billboards and lights, tourists finding their way, cars honking their way through. You're about to go into sensory overload, and your brain is ready to shut down. With all that going on, what is the best way to grab someone's attention? In fact, it's a simple tap on the shoulder. Communicating information through touch can be highly effective. It's called haptics, and it's the future. That's why I'm extremely excited to introduce to you Keith Kirkland, co-founder of WearWorks.
Hi, I'm Keith, and I'm the co-founder of WearWorks. One day out of the blue, we get a call from a guy named Simon, a marathon runner. He wanted to know if we could help him fulfill his dream of running in the biggest marathon in the world. There was one caveat. Simon is blind, and he wanted to run the race without being tethered to another person. WearWorks is a haptic platform company. We build products and experiences that communicate information through touch. Our first mission is to revolutionize navigation. We cut through the clutter by moving navigation from your eyes and ears to the surface of your skin, allowing you to navigate using your own natural sense of touch. We took on Simon's challenge, and 8 months later, he made history as the first person who was blind to run in the New York City Marathon without sighted assistance. And he did it using our very first product, Wayband. Navigation has become essential to us all. 77% of smartphone owners use navigation apps monthly for everything from finding our way to hiking trails to finding our parked cars. The space is dominated by Google through Maps and Waze, and they, like all marketing applications, rely completely on visuals and/or audio. For the billions of us who use navigation apps, it's the experience of constantly needing to look at a screen or listen to a voice while getting from one place to another really the best we can do? Wayband gently guides you to your destination without the need for any visual or audio feedback. The Wayband app can pair with our Wayband haptic band or third-party smartwatches for a hands-free experience. Or simply, you can hold the phone and get the feedback directly into your hand. We spent years developing our patented haptic corridor, and it is the foundation of the Wayband experience. When you're in the haptic corridor, you feel no vibrations. There's no sounds, no pop-up notifications. There's nothing, just you and your journey. The smallest turn toward the edge of the corridor, either left or right, gives you a slight vibration, and that vibration gets stronger the more wrong you are. We've tested with thousands of people, and most can figure out the right way to go within seconds without any instructions. It's that intuitive. Our innovation has been recognized by the Cooper Hewitt Design Museum, the National Science Foundation, Discovery Channel, TED, and others. Haptics will change the world of wayfinding for everyone. We're starting with the blind and visually impaired community, as they have the greatest pain points for the status quo. After proving our product at scale, in this most critical segment, we will expand into segments that rely heavily on navigation. Hiking, running, cycling, traveling all stand to benefit from eyes and ears-free navigation experiences. Our team has a deep expertise in haptics. Kevin is a designer who wanted to use haptics to help his friend who was blind have more autonomy while traveling to new places. And me, I was building a suit to enable people to download and learn Kung Fu using only vibrations. Jim, our head of software, has over 25 years of experience, and he's also legally blind. We have advisors who count. They run the gamut from senior leadership at Sun and IBM to occupational therapists and commissioners of blind organizations. And we are launching a pilot program with some of the most key decision makers at some of the most influential blind organizations in the country. Wayband is launching this winter. We've done the hard R&D, and we've proven out the technology. We've validated the market demand. We've identified our market to entry and our pathways to adjacent markets. And with Simon, we've already made history. In this growing world of haptics, navigation is just the beginning of our journey. And we'd love to have you along for the ride.
Thank you all so much for joining us today to celebrate the incredible achievements of these 14 companies. To book a meeting with our founders, please visit our website at eranyc.com/demo day.
Thank you again for supporting our founders. And as always, we're looking for exceptional teams to join our Winter 2022 program. If you know a founder who might be interested or is a great fit, please do not hesitate to send them our way.
Lastly, a big thank you to all of our mentors who are here today. We're going to be reaching out to you in the next few months to schedule mentor visits with the newest class, and hope to see you all again in person sometime soon.